Today's episode of The Mom Game is brought to you by our friends at Gateway Buick GMC at LBJ and Jupiter. I know that buying a car can be stressful, but not at Gateway, because their slogan is Gateway's got it. And just what does that mean? Well, it means Gateway's got a wide selection of new Buicks, GMCs, and GM certified used vehicles, all competitively priced. Gateway's got it. In these busy times, you want a car who makes things easy and convenient. Well, guess what? Gateway's got it. When you log on to gatewaybuickgmc.com, look for the shop, click, drive button. This allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, and who doesn't want that? In fact, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, select your vehicle. 2, create your offer. 3, schedule your delivery. And on top of all this, Gateway Buick GMC offers complimentary car washes for life. So when you want a dealer who has it all, Gateway's got it. You can find them online at gatewaybuickgmc.com or shop in person at LBJ and Jupiter. GMC, we are professional grade. Experience the new Buick. And welcome to episode 189 of The Mom Game. I'm Emily Jones. She's Julie Dobbs. We are at our respective homes once again this week because I am exhausted. And the Rangers are going to the World Series.
Yeah. World Series bound. Who would have thunk it?
What a roller coaster ride this has been. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I mean, I don't really, sometimes I'm like, where am I? What day is it? When am I going home? Who am I?
Who am I?
Who am I even? We'll have to talk about the fact that I yelled at your radio co-host this week. I cussed also on your airwaves this week. Twice. Shoot, I don't even know. I thought I only did it once. Okay. So yeah, it's just been, Julie, it's been insane. I'm still like, my voice is going. Like, I think I need to go get my mother-in-law, bless her heart, it's her birthday today. So we're having them over for dinner tonight. And she texted me yesterday and she's like, you need to go get like a B12 shot, or I don't know, like an injection of energy and vitamin C. I don't know. That is a good idea. And I texted our friend Melanie, and I don't know if she does it, but I'm efforting some like vitamins in my body to hopefully get this whole situation right. I haven't had a voice. I mean, my voice has been crackly since Friday, game 5 of the ALCS, which I sat in the stands with my family and did a significant amount of high volume talking, also known as yelling. And I just haven't been able to get back on track. So I got 8 hours of like hard, good, not alcohol induced sleep that was facilitated by our friends at Early Bird last night. So I am feeling more like a normal human being. We can give details of Early Bird if you haven't tried it. You've got to try it. We'll give you that in a minute. But anyway, so I am feeling relatively normal. My house is back in order. I'm home for a few days, and I'm so stoked, Julie.
I know. It's so crazy. It's so crazy to think about this team and like all the ups and downs and everything that they've been through throughout the season. There were points where it was just like, all right, well, it was a pretty good season, but like, there's no way that anything's going to happen with this particular team because they're just sliding and they can't win a game. And we had conversations. I was like, oh, Emily, it was painful at times. And they worked through all of it and found themselves in the dang World Series.
Yeah, you got to get to the dance. I mean, that's all you got to do. You got to get in and you see if you can get hot at the right time. And that's exactly what this team has done. It's been tremendous to witness firsthand. And I've said this before, and I will say it again. I think the best thing that ever happened to that team was to shit the bed and lose the division in the last game of the regular season. I feel like it brought them together in a way that they would have not come together otherwise. There was all the chatter about, ooh, maybe you shouldn't have celebrated. Maybe you should have conducted yourselves like the Astros. Maybe things would have worked out differently for you. Well, suck it, because here they are in the World Series, and it's been such a fun run, and I can't wait for game 1 on Friday, game 2 on Saturday, and then head to freaking Arizona. And good for the Diamondbacks. I mean, talk about two very similar teams. 2 seasons ago, both teams lost 100 games. This Rangers team has lost a combined 196 games over the previous 2 seasons. And now they are in the stinking World Series. And getting to be with this team kind of every step of the way from September 24th up until now. September 24th is when we left on that final road trip of the season. We've had 4, you're talking about a month of this team being together on the road, only being at home for very short periods of time. And I feel like it brought them together. It has made me love them, love the whole, just the whole thing, love the individuals more than I did before, love the wives even more than the families, because I'm traveling now on the family plane. And so getting to be around, sweet humans like Maddie Seeger and Tara Simeon and Sarah Garver, our friend, and Kinsey Heim. Like I love this group of human beings, and it's just been so fun. And God, I hope we win a World Series. It would be so amazing.
I know. So I haven't been following Arizona at all. So what's their whole deal? Like, I know that it's kind of crazy that they're in this place, right?
Yeah.
The regular season was like underwhelming, not terrible, but not great. And then they've just kind of caught fire in the postseason. Is that what's happened?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they knocked out, I think it was Milwaukee in the wild card round. Then they mow through the stinking Dodgers, swept them, and then now make their way through Philadelphia, which I thought was such a formidable team, especially when you looked at how well they were playing in the ALDS and how deep that lineup is, and just how much star power. And you've got Bryce Harper, and they have so much they're so identifiable because of the history of that organization. Their crowd is freaking nuts. There was a part of me that really wanted to play Philadelphia because I wanted to experience that playoff atmosphere in
insane.
Philadelphia. It looked insane. And I don't think this Rangers team would have a problem with that. I mean, Houston was a pretty hostile environment. I think it's a little more maybe ruthless in Philadelphia, and they have so much more of a storied history. But Arizona has earned. I expect it to be a great series. I don't expect the Rangers to, a lot of people are like, man, I kind of wish we didn't have home field advantage. And I'm like, 100% no. Like, I'm so glad we have home field advantage, because I think that was for us playing so well on the road and the Astros struggling so much at home. That was kind of something that was exclusive to the championship series. And I don't think it's just the rule of thumb in general in the playoffs, although the road team has done so incredibly well. I'm stoked. Also, it's a shorter flight to Arizona.
Yeah.
I have one more road trip. Yay. That's it.
And Arizona is like nice.
Yeah, so we'll leave.
Where in Arizona is it?
It's inside. It's in
like Phoenix?
Glendale.
Okay, so just outside of Phoenix.
No, it's not Glendale. It's in Phoenix.
Okay. Phoenix. So just like either Phoenix or a suburb.
In Phoenix
probably.
proper. Why don't I know this? I'm getting confused because of spring training. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, it's
somewhere
indoors.
Over there.
It's going to be super nice.
Phoenix downtown.
Arizona. Yes. Okay. Good. So
that'll be nice.
Short flight. We'll leave. I would assume, I don't have the itinerary yet, but I would assume we will leave. I can't imagine we wouldn't Saturday after the game. However, I know the team will leave Saturday after the game. The families may not leave until Sunday because we don't play until Monday, which that would be huge because then that would give me an extra night at home. So anyway, all that to be said, I really do feel like the team will continue to travel on the game day and have one full day, off day, or workout day in Phoenix.
And Bally post-game shows for all of them. So that's mostly what you're doing, right?
Bally post-game shows. I'll be in the clubhouse after the games. Hopefully, winning locker rooms, and quite possibly another clinch situation. I don't know. It's crazy to think about. We've had how many playoffs, wild card, DSCS? So that's 4 this season, and I've enjoyed every one of them. I will say this last one, I definitely got way more drenched than I had previously.
I loved your picture that you posted.
I think the guys are tired of like spraying each other with champagne and dumping beer on each other, and so they're like, "Oh, anybody else who
Tired
hasn't
of it.
gotten yet?" Yeah, like let's give Emily a little bit. So
And
anyway,
you're still
no
no
complaints.
goggles, right? Tell me how
Oh,
that
no
works.
goggles, no goggles. Well,
Doesn't it get in your eyeballs?
it does. I think I've gotten spoiled because I haven't been the target much thus far this season, so I've kind of stayed away from it. But it got me pretty good. I can't remember who I was interviewing, and somebody just dumped a beer directly over my head, and it went straight down my. Oh, what was I was interviewing Adolis. And so yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that because I was like really wanting to hear what he was saying, and I was like, "Come on, people!"
I know. Also, can I just say, okay, Adolis Garcia, ALCS MVP. I him talking in English on that podium almost made me cry. I was so proud of him. I mean, these poor guys are probably so tired of me telling them I love them and I'm proud of them and stuff like that. But that dude, he effing crushed it. And the way he played in that series, getting booed to no end, fed off of it, punched out the first 4 times, in that game on whatever day it was, game 5 or whatever it was, 6, I don't know. And then just comes back and just launches baseballs, and it was just amazing. Super, super, super proud of him. And speaking in English on that podium just was like,
yeah, I was watching that because the interpreter was like right there, like in case he needed it. The interpreter was kind of like, like if you didn't know the situation, it might be like, why is this guy invading his space? Like he's just standing here. But you could tell he was like there if you need it. But then Adolis did great with that interview. And it's just so cool, right? When like all of a sudden the national media is focused on your team. Isn't it weird? Like it's cool and it's weird. And it's like everyone wants to know these guys that you've been covering all season long. And they, and I like this broadcast team, and you got a shout out on the broadcast. I'm sure you heard.
Okay. No, somebody told me, but then they were just like, you got a shout out on the broadcast from the Fox guys. And I was like, I didn't know about it.
It was Kevin Burkhardt.
Okay. Who I was talking to before we went out on the field. Yeah.
Yeah. And so they had a camera in the locker room. They were trying to show some of the celebration, and you popped on the screen for a second, and he was like, oh, there's Emily Jones, the Rangers, the team reporter. She does a great job, or something like that. Like, because you just popped up on the screen. So he gave you a shout out like that. But I thought they did a really good job too with their post-game show. I like him. He did a good job with the players' kids. Did you get a chance to see it?
Yeah. I saw, no, I mean, I haven't gotten to see a second of the post-game shows because I'm there. The only thing I really see is like the clips, the videos that I do. So, but yeah, Burkhardt was telling me before we went onto the field, after that, after they won, he was telling me that Jeter called the series. He was like, this is exactly how Jeter said it was going to play out. I don't know if that was before the series or, once it got to, 2-2 or 3-2, I don't know, but he said Jeter was on it. But yeah, it's super fun to have all the national guys wanting to know about us and our team, and not us, like our team. Like they're not really inquiring about me at all, but yeah, it's been super, super fun. And like I said, getting to see the families and like, when they cut to Maddie Seeger, when Corey hit that home run and she's going bonkers in the stands. And to see Corey display like way more emotion than we've ever seen him display. And
when he was talking about Adolis, what did he call him? He was like, oh, he's a dog
or something.
Yeah, he's a bad man. I was like, whoa, he popped out of his little shell for a second there, and then he went right back.
Yes, but it's so fun. Yeah, it's just been
it's so fun.
It's been so fun. Yeah, and I don't want to. I mean, I need it to end at some point, but I just hope it wins with us. The World Series.
Heck yeah. I mean, they're there now, and now that it's I don't know that there would be any team that we would say that the Rangers didn't have a chance with, but now that it's like, it just seems like it's just right there for the taking, like, so hopefully they can just the offense will still be there. That's what's been
Yeah.
carrying this team the whole way is our lineup, and they're just
And if
hitting
you
like
can
crazy.
and if you can get performances from Nathan Eovaldi and Jordan Montgomery, like you've had, you're in pretty good shape. And the because those guys, in order to not expose our bullpen too much, because you can't in a 7-game series, you cannot afford to overuse guys like Josh Forbes, Aroldis Chapman, Jose Leclerc. So you've got to be able to kind of piecemeal some things together. But if those guys can get you, through the 6th, maybe even a little bit into the 7th, I mean, you really do set yourself up really nicely. And I love the fact that this team has been in these hostile environments, but the same could be said for Arizona. I mean, Philadelphia is a tough place to win baseball games, and they just won 2. Games must win games, and that is highly, highly impressive. So they're going to come in here with a tremendous amount of confidence.
Yeah, it should be fun. I know I texted you. I was like, do you have any hookups? Not even for tickets, free tickets, or of course not, but like anything. I'm like, I know I want to go so bad, but it's insane.
Know the number of ticket questions
That's why I didn't even want to be one of them.
I know. No. Okay. But here's the deal, Julie, I don't mind you asking. I don't,
I
because
never even really ask. Yeah.
Right. But right. But I don't mind you inquiring. I don't mind people who are my close friends, who I talk to on a regular basis, who I see, who actually have my phone number, right? If you don't have my number, we're not close enough for you to be asking for tickets. If you're messaging me on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, we're not close enough for you to be asking.
Everyone just feels like maybe you're everybody's friend, because you're so approachable and people like you.
Very sweet. Or they just want tickets.
Probably that too.
But my whole deal is, so we had to buy tickets like September 15th. We had to put in our order. So I have access to like a couple I could have gotten like for free that were way high up, whatever. Or you have the option to buy like better seats. So I made the decision, Mike and I made the decision, like, let's buy this. And so we have a friend also too, Jeff and Lisa Early, Jeff is a huge Rangers fan. And he was like, okay, can I get in on the ticket buy? And I'm like, of course. So we had to commit to, and we had to pay up front for all the tickets throughout the entire postseason. So you're paying for, if we had home field advantage from day 1 to the final 7th game of the World Series, assuming we would have home field advantage, which we didn't in the first 3 rounds, you have to pay for that all up front. Now you get reimbursed if that game isn't played. So I'm going to get reimbursed at some point. But right now, I had to make that commitment and lock that in at such an early date that it's not like I can go back now and be like, okay, let's add 4 more, 8 more, or whatever. I mean, it is what it is. It was what it was. And that's where we are. And so, yeah, we're going as a family on Friday, and I am just so stoked to get to take my kids and Mike and sit with them in the stands and cheer on our Rangers.
And then you just can run down and do your job afterwards.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't have to go down to like the 8th inning, win or lose. So it's like, I would much rather be there with them than in the press box. Where you kind of have to be a little more reserved.
Yeah, no, that'll be fun. I know. I've got Ryder, Kelly and Anna are going on a camp out this weekend, kinder girls camp out. There's 40 kindergarten girls and their dads.
Oh my gosh. Okay, now what is this through, like Indian Princess?
It's through the school kind of like works with the YMCA on it. So it's not officially through the school, it's through the Y, but it's all school kids.
So where are they camping?
They're going to like Possum Kingdom? No, I could be wrong. I forget where they're going, but it's like 2 hours away from us. I don't know where it is, but
so like legit tents and everything.
Well, they have cabins. I think some people can do tents, but most of them are doing cabins. I don't know. It's going to be crazy. Like with all those little girls, it'll be so fun. I'm jealous of them, but Ryder and I are alone this weekend. So okay, we'll watch and have fun.
So will Kelly, I forgot my question. I can't remember. Anyway, so that's
I don't know. Talk. I'm sure all those dads though are gonna like somehow bring a TV.
Right. Does he know anyone?
Yeah,
So he
yeah.
knows
He knows.
people.
I mean, yeah, he knows people just from like, the sports and stuff. So he knows some of the dads, not like super well, but it'll be so fun. It's so funny because the moms are all like, I mean, Kelly's very hands-on and he's good, but the moms are all sending things like, make sure they do this and make sure they pack that. And one of the notes is like, you're going to need to make sure to teach your daughter how to do a ponytail
Oh my
because the
gosh.
dads can't. It's like all the little things, but
That's hilarious.
because a lot of these moms like maybe haven't let their dad do everything for a whole weekend before, and so it's funny because a lot of the gossip when they're gone, because I've just heard other people talking when their girls are on the campouts, it's like they let them stay up until 11 o'clock and they didn't even eat dinner. And
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of funny. It'll just be like a free-for-all with all of these little girls.
Yeah,
but
the dads will be like,
but it'll be fun.
whatever. Yeah.
Just
have
whatever.
another
Just
s'more.
fall down and go to sleep when you're tired. Yeah. Have another s'more. But Ryder and I will have mom son weekend. So he's been cute, like wanting to plan it all out. And like Friday night, we're going to go on a date. We're going to go to Taco Diner. And then Saturday we have plans with some friends. And so it'll be fun. But yeah, I mean, if I could take him to the freaking World Series on Friday night, that'd be amazing.
I know.
We were funny on our show yesterday. We're trying to solicit, try to figure out how to get tickets and talking about starting a GoFundMe for tickets.
Yeah, they're so expensive. Oh, you froze.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And it's like
you froze for a second. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, they're super expensive. It's crazy because everything now is on the secondary market.
Yeah, I know. It is crazy.
I don't really know how that works. Like
StubHub and all that.
Yeah, like SeatGeek, I think is the official whatever. But I don't get how it works. Like there's got to be incentive for the team to sell to those, or do they just go scoop them up? And yeah, I don't know. Like the secondary
they scoop
markets,
them up, I think.
And then they just start selling them.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad, but I don't know that there's a way around it. I'm sure there is. And someone's probably yelling at us right now, but
yeah,
it stinks. I know.
I don't know either.
Yeah. I mean, I obviously I paid quite a bit for ours, but then when I look at like relative to what they're going for now, I'm like,
I know.
Shit, I know.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I went back in 2010, 2011. Those were the 2 years, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I went to both of them somehow, but that was like, when you're just like young and carefree and I'm sure, I think the first situation was like someone from Clark Rowe, I think, had tickets and I went with him. And then the next year we were playing in San Francisco and I have family from California and they came in town and they bought a bunch of tickets and we bought them from them or whatever. But anyway, we'll see. If not, it's obviously going to be amazing to just sit on my couch and watch the World Series too. So it'll be so fun.
For sure.
So exciting. That's, I'm sure, all that we'll be like thinking about, talking about for the next week or two.
I know. I love
world.
It. Yeah. So we want to remind people. Well, first of all, I referenced Early Bird and how they've helped me get my life back in order with some really legit sleep. Those are CBD gummies, have a hint of THC that just kind of take you down. I popped a couple before I got in bed last night and watched the Diamondbacks game, fell asleep before it was even over. So anyway, it just kind of mellows you out, takes you down a notch. And so they're a great partner of ours. And if you go to their website and use the code TMG20, you'll get 20% off any a la carte order, whether you've ordered from them in the past or not. It's good. It's a one-time code that's good for 20% off. So thank you so much to Early Bird CBD for being a awesome partner of the Mom Game and also for helping me sleep when I really, really needed it.
Yes.
Oh, and then too, we need to remind people about
clutch.
I know you guys, you and Ryder could go on a date to the watch party. Y'all could go to one of the watch parties Friday.
I know Saturday. We could. Well, Friday and Saturday are home, right?
It's a great point, Julie. Really great point.
but the next couple of
games, watch party, also known as Game 1 of the World Series,
right? That watch party. That's the one I'm trying to get tickets to. So this is
they will be having watch parties on the road. Yes, it's 2-3-2. So 3, 4, and 5 will be on the road Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in Arizona.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and so
that's when there will be watch parties. That's when there will be watch parties.
Yes, watch parties out at Globe Life Field. Oh my gosh, I feel like for the World Series that will be amazing. Let's see. So, what days are it? Are they? Friday,
Let's see.
Saturday. So
30th, 31st, and 1st.
30th, 31st, and 1st.
Yes.
So make your plans to go out to Globe Life Field. Like we're talking about, it's kind of insane to try and go for the actual World Series. It's really difficult. Even if you can find the tickets, it's like 1 or maybe 2, and you got to deal with a lot of parking and traffic and everything else. So why not just go for the road games and watch with fellow Rangers fans? That place is going to be insane, I bet. And I think I will try to activate probably with the family and go check that out and at least be in the ballpark to celebrate. So you go to, let's see, globelifefield.com, I think is where you can get the tickets. You can also go to texasrangers.com, I believe. And at the bottom there's a link to get tickets. And I think it's probably the same as it was through the ALCSM. It's like $10 in free parking to go to the game. So we'll be posting stuff on our socials just like we did throughout the playoffs to help spread the word about the watch parties out at Globe Life Field. And, Globe Life Field, just in general, they have a lot of really cool things going on. If it's not a baseball game or a watch party or even a tour of the ballpark, which you can do for birthday parties. I was just checking out their website. Like Pink is rescheduled for November 26th, so she will be there. College baseball series is February 16th out at Globe Life Field. The Big 12 championship is going on there. Kane Brown concert September 14th. So just make sure you're kind of paying attention to everything that is going on at Globe Life Field outside of just the baseball, because they got a lot of cool stuff going on that is all family friendly.
Yay for watch parties.
Yay. I know.
Okay. How's everything else? How's Cranberry?
Cranberry's good. She's okay. She pooped on my laundry basket the other day, so it's still happening. But what are you gonna do? There's just like literally nothing to do about it. So she's good. I don't know. Life is good. It's just like Rangers in our world. It's funny. I was watching the game the other night, and it's funny, because Kelly's a Rangers fan, but he's not like me. Like he didn't grow up here, and it's like been in, my grandma was obsessed with baseball and the Rangers, and I used to watch with her and then worked with the team a little bit. And just obviously it's different when you move to Dallas from Canada. And so he was sitting there watching with me the other night, and I was like going insane, and he was kind of like staring at me. He's like, I've never seen you like this really, because all of the times I was going insane for Stars, he wasn't there. Like I had this weird epiphany. I was like, whoa, we've never like really watched sports that we really care about together and celebrated, because it's always me celebrating alone when you're working at all of the Stars games. So he's kind of like, you're kind of crazy. I was like, yeah, I'm crazy about the Rangers. And then like the last game, game 7, he was feeling kind of sick, and the kids went to bed. Well, they were watching Monday Night Football. Ryder wanted to watch Monday Night Football. I was like, are you kidding me? And then Kelly wanted to go to bed. And I was like, I ended up just watching that whole game by myself on the couch. I'm like, this is just a weird world. I need like people to go insane with me, or I need my family to step up their game.
Yeah. Okay. That brings me to a topic I've been wanting to ask you about. What's it been like? The hockey season has started. What has it been like having Kelly at home, and how is he taking it? Because it can't be easy just to like transition into, I used to spend like every moment of my, working life at this place, and now they're just,
it's really weird.
They're playing and I'm not there.
It's really weird. Like he can't, I want to watch the games, but he can't really get there yet.
Yeah.
Like he put it on for a little bit last night and then changed the channel. I think it's just a weird like sensation, and someday you'll experience it too. But and I had it for a while after I quit doing the games. It's like when you watch, it just brings you back into that moment. And for him especially, like he's watching the game like he's working. That's all he knows is to watch it for this and watch for that and look for an offsides, and he can't just like relax and watch this team and watch hockey. And I think probably the thought of oh crap, I'm not working. Oh crap, yeah, everything's changed. Oh crap, did I do the right thing? You know, it's just it induces too many emotions and anxiety right now. And so I think hopefully, you know, especially right now we have the Rangers distraction and everything, but hopefully we'll get to a point where we can all watch, because the kids are kind of confused. They're like, why aren't we watching? And Anna's like, I want to go to Stars games. What happened? And we're like, well, we're trying to explain everything, you know.
Yeah.
But he's definitely like kind of in a weird place with it. And it's funny because I haven't been watching as closely either. And I have all these people that like I was one of their main Stars talkers for so long, and Twitter celebrators and everything. So a couple people have been like, why are you only talking about the Rangers? Where are you even watching the Stars anymore? Did you only watch because of Kelly and all this stuff? I'm like, well, honestly, like, yes, I am watching the Rangers right now because they're going to the fucking World Series.
Yes, they are.
And also, yeah, and also it's just like now we have family time, so I'm not going to stop down everything on a Tuesday night to sit and watch and tweet like I used to. Like that was kind of the way we had our family time, was watching that game, and then I talked about it with Kelly and everything else, and parlayed it into my career too for a while. And so it's weird. It's kind of weird for both of us. It's weird for the kids. It's weird for him. It's weird to leave that scene after so long. But hopefully we'll go watch one of these games in person, and you know, it'll be good to see everybody and all of that. But it's just weird in like the pro sports world and in the hockey world. It's like you leave and you're gone, you know, like.
Yeah, and you know what? And that's,
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a hard reality, I think, for a lot of people, especially those who played and have spent a significant amount of time. And it, like you said, it happens to everybody. It happens to all of us. It will happen to me. And, you know, to where you kind of are going through this whole difficult transition process. Meanwhile, everybody's just zooming by you because they got to keep on going.
Yep.
And so I think it's a hard reality sometimes to kind of, you know, to come to grips with. And I think for me, it won't be quite as difficult, just because it's not like, I mean, for Kelly, you're talking about, he was a part of the team. He's there for every single game, every single practice, you know, training camps, all that kind of stuff. For me, I've been able to kind of, you know, the max number of games I've done in my career was 110, and now I've scaled it all the way back down to 80. So that scaling back progression probably will continue. I don't know for how long, you know, but it's not like I'm used to doing, you know, 6 weeks of spring training, then 162 plus the postseason. And nor are people used to me being there or whatever, all, you know, 162. But yeah, this game's going to move on. This team's going to move on, whether it be the Stars from Kelly or the Rangers from me or any other player. Like, there are just so few that like even players, there are just so few that achieve that like legendary status to where you're more than just oh yeah, that was great, I remember you played for the Rangers, that's, you know, whatever, to where it's like you're Adrian Beltre or you're Michael Young or you're Pudge or you're Nolan, like, you know, that there's just so few of those.
I know. And it is a business too. And
yeah,
they move on, they focus on the current players and trying to win games. And
well, and you know, in that same vein, like my friend who I will, you know, we've had on our show, John Daniels, like this is, you know, he's had such an imprint on this team. I mean, so many of these guys were acquired, developed under, you know, his tenure as the GM of this team, and put so many years into this thing, and brought us our best baseball in franchise history during that run in the early 2010s, you know. And so, you know, I know he loves so many people, and so many things about this organization, but the way that things ended with him was just so sucky. And it hurts my heart that he's not, you know, able to be a part of it.
I know.
And
it's like
I've texted him. Yeah, I've texted him several times, just like reminding him how much of a part he is of this team's success by the work that he did when he was here. And, you know, I just, as his friend, it makes me sad. And I hate that for him. But I hope that even if he can't, you know, appreciate right now, I hope that eventually he will learn to appreciate the fact that he was such a huge part of turning this franchise back around, getting them back to winning baseball and all that stuff. So, I mean, obviously Chris Young has done an exceptional job, getting Bruce Bochy, in my opinion, which was the biggest acquisition in the last, 10 years, getting him and then getting the personnel here, the players here to where we could win and kind of take it over the finish line, or not finish line, but just take it, kind of get it to where it is. They've done a tremendous job, but yeah, I think baseball people know how much of an impact JD has had on this thing. And I think that's what he values the most is, the people within baseball, and especially within that organization, know how big he was.
Yeah. And like I told you yesterday when we chatted, it was cool seeing Chris Young give him credit, like on stage with the Fox post game show. Cause that was kind of one of the questions they had asked, was like about the turnaround with the team. And that's all I was thinking was like, man, I hope he says something about John Daniels here. And he did. And so, yeah, but it's just hard, right? It's like you give your heart and soul to something for so long. And then it's like, well, see you later.
See you later.
we're moving on without you. And then you just kind of like waddle around in like a weird, who am I? What am I? Like how you started your show. When we went and had we were out at Kari Lettman's house last weekend, and we were talking to them about it, franchise goaltender for so long. And then all of a sudden they move on to somebody else. And it's like, what? You're not even gonna like say bye. It's just weird, but they love Dallas and want this to be the place where they have their family and everything else. So they're still here. But that's why it's great when you can kind of find people like that understand and talk to it with them about it. I should say. So yeah, it's a weird world. It's fun when you're in it. It's weird when you leave it, but we all just are addicted to it and want to stay close to sports one way or another because it's in our blood, right? And that's why this is fun. I think I'm vicariously living through you a little bit now, and just getting to hear your perspective on everything and know how big of a deal this is for you and how invested you are, like deep in your soul. Like I just love it. I love it. It makes me happy. And I just am so proud of this team right now.
Well, and I think just for it's just been such a strange, 7-year stretch where it just kind of started this like decline. And then, I mean, COVID hit and it was just like, what are we doing? Like, do I really this isn't the way I've ever done my job. That doesn't feel normal. Even 2021 was still, we're wearing the mask. I don't feel like we can't be around them very much. Like, it just was like, what is this what I'm doing? And then it almost motivated me to like want to continue to do it, because I didn't want that to be like my lasting impression.
Right. You wanted to
get my last
memory regularity back.
Yeah, I wanted to get some regularity. And then I was hoping along the way we would maybe be better. We would be a better team. We would have a better record. We would win more games. I just didn't anticipate it would be, we would be in this position this quickly, honestly, after the last, several years. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It has been super gratifying. I've been super emotional, like weird stuff. I don't know if it's menopause or just the fact that I'm exhausted and on an emotional roller coaster. But yeah, like I sent Mike some Tiff treats because he's been such a stud, taking care of everything at home. So I don't have to worry about anything. And so I thought I placed the order the night before, but then I didn't get delivery confirmation. So then I call them and they're like, no, the order must not have gone through. So I get the cookies and she's like, well, what do you want to say on the gift message? And I'm telling her what I want in the gift message and I just start crying. She's like, it's okay. I'm like, I'm sorry.
She's like, what's your address? I'm going to send you some cookies, woman.
She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm just so tired and I'm just so grateful. And this has just been so fun. But then I miss my family. And
did she know who you were?
I don't think so. Or if she did, she had mercy on me and didn't tell me. But yeah, so I cried then. And then before game 7, Jose Leclerc, I go up to him pregame and I was like, Pico, I am just so proud of you. And he's like, Emmy, thank you so much. A big smile. And then I was like, no. And then like the way you respond, like, and I'm just blabbing and crying. And he's like, Emmy, you crying? And I was like, no, I'm sorry. I'm just so, he was like, it's okay. I love you too. I love you. And I was like, I'm so proud of you. And
that is
sweet. Like, what the fuck? I'm trying to get ready for game 7. And this middle-aged woman is just professing her love and telling me how proud she is and crying. as I'm like grabbing his face.
I'm
and
sure
head
he
and,
loved it, right? Like
but
it's
I
that
think,
mother hen thing.
well, and I mean, even in our interview in the clubhouse after game 7, he's like, because he always talks about family and like, this is his family and this is the family that believed in him. And I was like, oh, like this is
It
why
was
I love
really
sports.
good.
This is why I love this team. And, he looked at me and he's like, you've been here with me the whole
Yeah.
time. And that, I just was like, it is, I mean, 13 years for that kid. And you get rewarded with a big contract and then you don't play well. You didn't pitch well for a long time after you got that big contract. And then now to see him do it on the stage and just the way he carries himself. And he was before, if he would face adversity like he faced in game 5, when he gave up that 3-run shot to Jose Altuve, that dude would have been in a shell, completely devastated, maybe bawling, crying like I was before game 7. But he stood at his locker. He answered every question so, matter of factly and with
Yeah.
such confidence that he wanted another opportunity. And it just was like, God, like to be able to see like the transformation of a baseball player from, start to now where he is it's just such a rewarding thing for me. And we've talked about it a million times. Like, that's my whole jam. I mean, if you want to talk about like somebody's curveball or their fucking splitter, it's like, let's talk to CJ Nitkowski or somebody else, because that's not my jam. Like, my jam is like, and I hope I try to convey it to our fans, is to be that conduit between our players and our fans and our organization as a whole. And the stories like his are just, to me, it's why I keep doing it. It's why I keep doing it.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that whole story. I didn't realize he was here for so long. I really didn't. But
Yeah.
watching that interview in the clubhouse with you two was wonderful. It was great. And I know, Em, like it's been been an emotional roller coaster for
I
you.
mean,
So is menopause seriously happening right now?
I think it has to be,
It's just,
right? I
yeah.
only have one ovary. So it's not
Yeah.
like I have a bunch of female organs to like keep me in check for 10 more years. I feel like
Right.
it's happening. I don't
Do
know.
we need to probably bring in our doctor friend, maybe.
Yeah. The
Dr.
one that you get
Palmer.
embarrassed when I'm around. It was one time when I was on the road. I don't know at what point in this whole month-long craziness, but he called me to tell me that he wanted me to know that he asked a girl to be his girlfriend.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, so how did you ask her? And I was like, did you like, please tell me you didn't text her. He's like, no, I asked her in person after school. And I was like, oh my God, this
Oh my
is so adorable.
gosh. That's like,
Yeah.
that's
And like,
ballsy.
I know. And then he was like wants to go. She invited him to go to her house. They have like a block party for Halloween, and asked if he could go over there. And I'm like, "Oh, sure, honey, that's fine." So yeah, this is our first little like foray into
Oh
girlfriends.
my God. What is he? Is he
Um,
12? How old is he?
he's 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Have
know,
they
but he's sixth
kissed?
grade. I don't think so, but I
You
don't.
heard us talking about this on the radio the other day. I was shocked to hear that like people start making out at age 12.
Well, Julie, I did it a little bit earlier than that.
Don't let him know.
Oh, I will
We
never let him
can't let
know.
our kids make out at age
No,
12.
no,
That's
no.
too young. Oh my gosh.
I agree. So,
Oh,
but here's my thing. Like, I had just moved from California because I lived for 2 years in California, and when I was in second and third grade, and then I moved to Plainview when I was in the fourth grade. And I think I was probably just trying to like I wanted people to like me, and so I just kissed them. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, and it wasn't like it was a bunch of them, a bunch of people, but I think there was two in fourth grade that
oh,
I kissed.
it happens. I mean, it
I
happens.
know.
The
I
heart
mean,
wants what
looking
the heart
back, it wasn't
wants.
even like real kissing. Like, I don't
Right.
know. I mean,
Yeah.
it was, whatever. And one was my first one was it. This is so embarrassing. There was a Billy Graham movie. We went to see a Billy Graham movie and kissed. That's so weird
At the
and like
movie.
sacrilege. Yes. Like a Billy Graham. That's probably the only way our parents allowed us to go was because it was a Billy Graham movie. Who goes and sees a Billy Graham movie in the theater anyway? Hey, small town West Texas.
Who's Billy Graham?
Billy Graham is a famous preacher.
Oh, okay.
You know who Billy Graham is?
You went to a preacher movie?
I went to a preacher movie. I wonder what I don't even know what it was called. I swear, unless I dreamt this and I'm making it all up, but pretty sure there was a Billy Graham movie that came out sometime in like the late 80s.
Uh-huh. That's a good way to mask your intentions. Mom, can I go to the preacher movie? Or Dad, can I go to the preacher movie?
We just want to go see a good Billy Graham movie. Dad,
yep.
Sorry.
That's so funny. Well, good luck to Henry. Keep us posted.
I will.
That's so exciting.
Pretty cute. Yeah.
It is cute.
But I will say, look, but it's led to, like, he's played his cards right, because before we would always make assumptions of like who he had a crush on. Is it, I don't even want to say names. Is it Nancy or Lucy or Mary or whatever? And, that would always turn into like a whole ribbing session with the family, which I tried to stay away from. Hattie and Mike are so all up in it. It makes me insane. Yeah. I'm like, just shut up. Yeah. And so he like basically told the family, like, this is I now have a girlfriend. So basically shut the F up, everybody.
Yeah. Good for him.
So I feel like it was really well played. Really well played by him. But yeah, I will keep you updated on that. And when he did call me to tell me that he had asked a girl to be his girlfriend, I said, okay, I want you to remember something. Like, this is probably not going to be the only girlfriend you ever have. So let's, good, at least I hope not. But let's, keep that in mind, that at the end of the day, you guys were friends before, and you need to be friends afterward, and you need to be respectful and treat her with it, even if she, if something happens and y'all break up, that, you don't need to carry it around like, whatever. Like, we need to be prepared to handle that if and when that does happen. So who knows, but I will tell you, I love this little cute whatever phase that he's in, but I am not ready for if and when either he breaks up with a girl and upsets her, or vice versa.
I know all the emotions. It's all starting for you, and he will never look back now. It's only going to get more intense. We know it's just life.
Sending me sweet texts and stop being like where I'm his number one girl.
No, I think you'll always be his number one girl. Don't worry about that. I know. Don't worry about that. I know. I can't wait for Ryder to text whenever you post those. I'm like, oh, I want Ryder to be able to text me.
I will say though, it is fun. And I know people are like, that's way too early for a cell phone. I'm like, okay.
Well, I feel like they all have them at 12.
But I don't care. I mean, it's like, but him being able to text me anytime he wants, and like just the stuff he texts. Like, I posted that one picture of, he's like, Dolly, like all the exclamation points. I'm like, I'm so happy. And he's like, me too. I'm so happy for him. I love him so much. And I love you too. And I'm so proud of these guys. They deserve it.
And does it just make you feel like so much better when you're away from him?
Yeah. Yeah. Because he's so stoked. Yeah. And they get to go to game one. So yeah, I'm super excited.
Y'all will have so much fun. Awesome.
I know. I'm excited. Okay.
Good luck. Good luck to the Rangers.
I know. Okay. Well, maybe. No, next week we won't be normal again. I'll be on the road in Philadelphia. No, not Philadelphia. Be on the road in Arizona. Somewhere.
It was already in your brain. Yeah,
I know. So we will shoot remotely one more week, and then fingers crossed back together again.
Yes.
And then we may even squeeze in a mom game after dark when I'm on the road.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. You can drink some wine in your hotel room.
Well, especially because I'll be on whatever time a little bit earlier, so we could even we'll figure it out. But yeah, maybe even, I don't know, Sunday, because that's a travel day and that's an off night. Sunday. Put that in your after kids go to bed or whatever. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. That sounds good.
All right. Okay, well, have a great rest of your weekend. Go Rangers. Enjoy your mother-son time with Ryder. Okay, honey. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, we'll talk to you later.
All right, later.
Adios. Mom game out.
Mom game out.